misyon, walang problemang di malalampasan. Magliliwanag ang ating kinabukasan. Dance Radio, silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo. Kahit saan at kahit kailan, hindi ka iiwanan. Hatid namin bagong kaalaman. Edukasyo'y susulong, basta't magtulong-tulong. Sulong edukalidad, Dance Radio. Learning is amazing.
Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan, ang istasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit saan man.
Alright, here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWDR-FM. Facts and information. Today's learning for new normal with capable teachers whose heart and soul are divine. Delivered knowledge inside your home through 106.3 Dance Radio. Fully dedicated to serve the public in tribute to education, reproduce of radio-based instruction. We are pleased to deliver the utmost aim of education. Only here on 106.3 DWDR-FM.
Hello, our dear Donyans. Good morning and a blessed Wednesday to everyone. Today is another day of another amazing day, actually, another opportunity and another chance for each and everyone to learn something new. To our officer in charge, the Chief Education Supervisor of SDO Isabela, Dr. Rodrigo B. Pascual, good morning po, sir. And to our Assistant Principal, Ma'am Ruby Guillermo, good morning din po, ma'am. Hello also to our supportive head teachers out there, especially to Ma'am Ofelia Ezra Lutin. Good morning po sa inyong lahat. Also to all teachers and staff of Doña Aurora National High School, especially to the supportive teachers of the English learning area, to the parents, dear students, and to all our avid listeners and viewers here and abroad, most especially to all grade 8 learners. Special mention to my 8 Lavender. I'm teacher Dennis Mendoza. With me are also, the other grade 8 English teachers, Ma'am Jonah A. Buduan, Ma'am Catherine S. Ordinario, and Ma'am Leslie Ann Ramos. And to greet us all, let us welcome Ma'am Cat.
Hello to all our listeners. I am teacher Catherine Ordinario. I would also like to greet my advisory class, 8 Beige, and my other classes, 8 Burgundy and 8 Crimson. Please stay with us till the last minute of this segment.
Teacher Leslie.
Okay, thank you, sir. Hello to my advisory class, grade 8 Purple, and to my grade 8 Cyan and Aquamarine students. Hello, good morning. I hope you are all ready to listen and interact with us today. Back, Sir Dennis.
Okay, ma'am. Teacher Jonah.
Hello, everyone! 8 Aristotle and 8 Copernicus. We hope that you will enjoy our discussion for today. Make sure that you have with you your learning modules, pen, and notebook for taking notes on the key points in our lesson today.
Yes, thank you so much, teachers. Today is yet another fantastic day of learning, and we are delighted to be here with you as we embark on another exciting learning adventure for the first quarter. And for today's lesson, we shall be focusing on using transition signals. And for this lesson, you are expected to, our PowerPoint, yeah. Meron na ba yung PowerPoint natin? Okay. First is you need to identify transition signals used in sentences and paragraphs. And number two, classify the types of transition signals used in sentences and paragraph. Ma'am Jonah?
For those who are following us via our Facebook live stream, don't forget to comment in our chat box our hashtag for the day, #connect. And maybe also encourage all those who are with us today to please share this live streaming so many learners and listeners will benefit from or learn from something from our simple discussion today. So click share. Thank you for sharing.
Share now. Before we proceed to our lesson, let's have a quick review of our lesson last week. So your module title last week was using modal verbs, nouns, and adverbs. For us to determine if you really understood the lesson, I want you to answer this short activity. What you have to do is supply the correct modal verbs, nouns, and adverbs. Okay, all you have to do is to key in your answers or comment them in the chat box. Again, comment your answer in the chat box, okay? So, let me read to you. Supply the correct modal verbs, nouns, and adverbs, okay? For number 1, let me read the statement. Excuse me, blank, will, can, might, Can I just say some... Okay, sorry. Sorry. I just say something. So what do you think is the correct modal verb? Oh, mahalata mo yung nakikinig ngayon. Malalaman nila yung tamang sagot.
Yan, may sumagot na si Astin Timoteo. Sabi niya, Ma'am, can.
Okay. So let's see if your answer is correct. So the correct answer is can.
Yan.
Okay. So excuse me, can I just say something? So you are asking for permission. Okay. For number 2, as a student, it is your blank to study hard. What do you think is the correct modal noun to be used in this statement? Is it ability, requirement, or responsibility? What do you think?
Ayon kay Ashley Timoteo na naman, responsibility.
Responsibility. So, let's check if your answer is correct. So, the answer is responsibility. Okay?
Yes, congratulations.
So, it shows responsibility. So, you have to study hard. It is your responsibility, students. Okay? Number 3, the teacher, blank, teach their students. What do you think? Is it surely, permissively, or willingly? So what is the correct modal adverb? What do you think? May sumagot na ba, Sir Dennis?
Yung John, Anora Resete, Astlin, willingly.
Willingly.
Bettina, willingly. Precious Gerson Marinay, willingly. Herosa Cariaga, requirement. Yan.
Okay, so the
Corinne
correct
Agas,
answer
willingly.
is, okay, so the correct answer is willingly. So the teachers or the teachers willingly teach their students. Okay. So thank you, Sir Dennis.
Wow, congratulations, dear learners. Your answer shows that you really understood our week 2 lesson. So we hope that you're going to stay with us until the end of this segment. Get your learning modules. If you have your learning modules na-upload na po nyo, na-download nyo sa ating mga portal, and your writing materials. because here is your RBI lesson for today. Enjoy listening!
Dance Radio, siniparalan sa radyo, atid namin makabago, paraan ang pagtuturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta't magtulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. Dance Radio, learning is amazing.
Facts and information. Today's learning for new normal. With capable teachers whose heart and souls are defined. Deliver knowledge inside your home through radio. This is the WDR-FM 106.3 Dance Radio, a community FM radio station of Doña Aurora National High School located at Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela. This is the WDR-FM 106.3 Dance Radio, fully dedicated to serve the public in tribute to education. With the use of radio-based instructions, we are pleased to deliver the utmost aim of education through distance learning approach. With subjects like English, Science, Math, Filipino, Araling Palipunan, TLE, MAPE, and ESP. This is the WDR-FM 106.3 Dance Radio, your school on the air. And now, here is your program host of the day.
If you can find the sunshine, be the sunshine. Sometimes you feel dull in the morning, but you have the power to choose your mood for the day. Be the reason that someone smiles today. Good morning, our dear listeners, especially the grade 8 students. We are glad to be with you again. This is your school on the air, and it's English time.
It's English time.
Make it a habit to tune in here in our station 106.3 FM Dance Radio, where learning is amazing. I am your host for today, Teacher Catherine S. Ordinario. Are you in your study area now? Very good. Let us check your materials. Learning module? Check. Ballpen? Check. Notebook? Check. If you have any question about our lesson, you can text us at 0955-6255-432. Again, 0955-6255-432. You may also send it through the email address and messenger of your teacher, which can be found in your kit. Let us review our past lesson before we proceed to the new one. What are the functions of modal verbs? Very good. You have a very sharp memory. Modals are used in giving preference, stating probability, expressing obligation, indicating possibility, giving prohibition, asking permission, seeking advice, showing ability, making request, demonstrating willingness, and manifesting lack of necessity. In this new lesson, you are expected to develop your knowledge and skill in identifying and using cohesive devices or transition signals to indicate coherence. Are you now ready? Let us welcome your radio teacher, Teacher Nina Jenny C. Guillermo.
Hello everyone! I am Teacher Nina Jenny C. Guillermo. Welcome to our session today. Yahoo! Did you experience feeling lonely and restless? If you did, how did you deal with these feelings? The poem Sunshine will inspire you to look at the brighter side of life during difficult times. Wow! It is on page 3 of your module. Have you noticed the letters in bold print? What do the letters S, U, N, S, H, I, N, E stand for? S for simultaneously, U for unfortunately, N for nonetheless, S for similarly, H for however, I for in other words, N for nevertheless, and E for eventually. What do you call these words? Correct! Transition signals. Transition signals are words and phrases that connect ideas of sentences and conclusions for coherence. They also indicate building up new idea or thought, or compare ideas, or draw conclusions. Here are the common types and functions of transition words. Number 1 is comparison and contrast. Comparison or similarity transition words are used for explaining what two things have in common. Contrast points out a difference. Examples of transition signals under comparison are as, also, likewise, and in the same way. Under contrast, we have but, despite, however, even though, and in the contrary. Why do we use comparison and contrast? Perfect answer! Yahoo! Compare and contrast improves comprehension by highlighting important details, making abstract ideas more concrete, and reducing the confusion between related concepts. Let us read the example given on page 4 of your module. My mom loves pasta, but she dislikes spaghetti. Similarly, she did not like lasagna. On the contrary, she loves macaroni.
Yummy.
Likewise, she loves pansit gisado, pansit bihon, sotanghon, and palabok. My mom loves pasta is one sentence expressing one idea. She dislikes spaghetti is a contrasting idea, but is used to connect the two contrasting ideas. We used similarly in the second sentence in reference to the similar idea. She dislikes spaghetti. Then, on the contrary, is used in the next sentence in reference to the contrasting idea. She did not like lasagna. Finally, likewise is used in the last sentence in reference to the idea of the preceding sentence. Any problem about comparison and contrast? None! Amazing! Number 2 is chronology. It helps define time. It is the arrangement of events following one after another in time. The transition signals that can be used under this heading are after, later, before, next, during, simultaneously, first, and soon. See how the transition signals denote the time the series of events should happen in time in that particular paragraph. Wow! Number 3 is cause and effect. In cause and effect relationship, one event causes the other event to happen. It shows the consequence of an action. The transition signals under cause are accordingly, because, due to, and since. The transition signals under effect are consequently, as a result, therefore, and so. In the paragraph given, take note that the transition signals since and because are used to signify the causes, and therefore and as a result are used to signify effect. Wow! Number 4 is illustration or example. It adds emphasis or introduces evidence. Transition signals that can be used to show illustration are to demonstrate specifically and truly. The transition signals that can be used if one gives an example are, for example, such as, and namely. Let us read the example given to show illustration. Take note how the transition signals are used to add emphasis to the ideas presented. Mateo loves vegetables. Truly, he is happy to eat those every day, specifically pinakbet and chop suey.
Yummy.
To demonstrate his love for vegetables, Mateo is planning a vegetable socials for all his friends. Yahoo! We are done with the first 4 types of transition words. with their corresponding functions. We will continue with the discussion of the rest of transition words after these reminders.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome to Spelling Bee Elimination Round. Spell the word reservoir. Reservoir. R-E S-E-V.
In doubt about the correct spelling of confusing words, be diligent in learning spelling rules to improve your English writing skills. A friendly reminder from the English department, Doña Aurora National High School, and this station.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. I have just finished accomplishing the task found in my module. How can I send you my outputs for checking and feedbacking?
Oh, that's a nice question. There are actually 3 ways for a student like you to submit your outputs. 1. It could be via online. That is, if you are capable to connect online. You can just upload your outputs in your Google Classroom, or you can take pictures and send them through your group chat or messenger account.
Ma'am, how about if we do not have internet connection?
If you do not have internet connection, you can submit your accomplished tasks in 2 ways. 1. You can ask your parents to submit your outputs in the designated drop-off center. 2. You can save your outputs if you have available flash drive, CD, or DVD at home, and submit it in the designated drop-off center in your respective barangay.
Wow! It's nice to know that there are varied ways on how we can submit our accomplished task.
Always remember, for submission of outputs, you can do it via online, offline, or physical submission. Because at Dance, we make amazing things possible.
I'm back! Number 5 is addition. It adds information or reinforces ideas. These are furthermore, in addition, also, as well, moreover, equally important, and then. Notice how the transition signals moreover and furthermore are used to add information or to reinforce the ideas presented in the paragraph. Let us read the examples given. Gabriel loves, respects, and obeys his parents. Moreover, he helps in the household chores if he is not studying. Furthermore, he is grateful that his parents are very supportive in every task he does. Wow! Number 6 is clarification. Clarification shows support. The transition signals that can be used to show clarification are, that is, I mean, in other words, in this case, to put it another way, and under certain circumstances. Take note how the transition signals are used to support the ideas presented in the paragraph. The examples given are: I love going to school. That is, I like it very much. Other words, I want to learn more. To put it another way, a school is one of the best places I need to go for me to learn. Yahoo! Number 7 is qualification. Qualification presents conditions or intentions. The transition signals under this function are almost, probably. With this in mind, frequently, possibly, and never. Let us read the examples given. With what was possibly the greatest fight of all times, the Filipino in the front lines faced the pandemic with bravery. They almost gave up but recovered. With this in mind, Filipinos have proven time and again to be resilient. Notice the intentions and conditions presented in each sentence. Number 8. The last one is summary or conclusion. Summary or conclusion restates ideas. The transition signals used to summarize ideas are, as can be seen, given this point, to summarize, to sum up, and so. For conclusions, you may use in the long run, in conclusion, therefore, and finally. Let us read the paragraph below the box. All the documents have been presented and, as can be seen, the facts are clear. Given this point, it's time to correct the practices that do not conform to the policies. In the long run, the nation and its people will benefit from this change. Analyze how the transition signals were used in each sentence. Remember that there are 8 common types and functions of transition words. Keep in mind that transition signals can be used within a single sentence, between 2 different sentences, paragraphs, or even between paragraphs to achieve coherence or unity of ideas. It's time for you to apply what you have learned in this lesson. Let us practice your skill in identifying transition signals. Let's do activity 1. Pick me out on page 6 of your module. You can see there a brick wall where words are written. Analyze whether the given words are transition signals or not. The first word is run. You are right! Yahoo! Run is not a transition word. How about therefore? Correct! Therefore is a transition word. How about conclude? Nice pick! It is not because the word to is missing that must qualify it as a transition word. How about highlight? It is not a transition word. Is due to a transition word? You are correct. It is. Due to signifies a cause. Please continue picking out the transition words from the brick wall. Write your list in your English notebook. Remember, you will be needing the list in answering Assessment 1. We'll check your work after this reminder. Stay tuned. Keep it right here on 106.3 Dance Radio, where learning is amazing. It's time to widen our vocabulary. Spell the word reservoir, which means a place where something is kept or stored. Reservoir. R-E-S-E-R-V-O-I-R. Reservoir. Use it in a sentence.
Use it.
Use it. Magat Dam, located in Ramon Isabela, is the largest water reservoir in the Philippines, which is a great source of irrigation water and provider of hydroelectric power in the entire province.
This vocabulary development is brought to you by English Learning Area of Doña Aurora National High School and this station.
Facts about COVID-19. What is COVID-19? COVID-19 is a disease caused by a new strain of coronavirus. What are symptoms of COVID-19? Symptoms can include fever, cough, and shortness of breath. In more severe cases, infection can cause pneumonia or breathing difficulties. How can we prevent COVID-19? To prevent the spread of COVID-19, clean your hand often. Maintain a safe distance. Wear masks when physical distancing is not possible. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth. Cover your nose and mouth with your bent elbow or a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Stay home when you feel unwell, and if you have a fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical attention. This health advisory is brought to you by World Health Organization, Doña Aurora National High School, and this station.
I'm back! Let us check your list first. Your list should include the following transition words: similarly, consequently, even so, therefore, furthermore, however, due to, in fact, even though, and in the same way. I repeat, your list should include similarly, consequently, even so, therefore, furthermore, however, due to, in fact, even though, and in the same way. Assessment 1, found on page 7 of your module, will be answered later as an assignment. Let us have another interesting activity. Activity 2 requires skill in searching for words hidden in a given puzzle. These words may be formed in an upward, downward, sideward, and diagonal position. Read with me the hidden words: comparison, contrast, chronology, illustration, example, addition, clarification, qualification, summary, and conclusion. Take note that these words are connected with the common types and functions of transition words. Notice that the puzzle has 15 rows and 14 columns. Again, the puzzle has 15 rows and 14 columns. What word is found on the first row? Absolutely! Clarification is written sideward on the first row. Continue searching for the rest of the words written on the list during English time. Assessment 2 is a classification activity. Read the paragraph carefully. Take note of the underlined transition signal in each sentence. Classify each according to the 8 types of transition signals learned, which are: 1. Comparison or contrast. 2. Chronology. 3. Cause and effect. 4. Illustration or example. 5. Addition. 6. Clarification. 7. Qualification. And 8. Summary or conclusion. Let us check your answers. Number 1. Illustration or example. Number 2. Moreover. Number 3. Unfortunately. Number 4. As a result. And number 5. To avoid this. For our last activity, answer activity 3. It is entitled Transition Riddles. Read with me the given lines printed in the box. Little diddle, transition doodle. Give the answer of the spoken riddle. Guess what transition signal is described in each riddle by filling in the missing letters. I'm sure you will enjoy that activity. Continue answering it after this broadcast. Please get your pen and check the activities that will surely deepen your understanding about transition signals. Please answer it as assignment. Answer assessment 3. Fill me in. Found on page 9 of your module. Page 10. What I can do. Activity 1. Point me out. Page 11. Activity 2. Close to you. And activity 3. Write me down. Please accomplish your assignment. Any question? I am very happy that you are doing great in your lesson on using transition signals. Indeed, you are developing your knowledge and skill in identifying and using cohesive devices or transition signals. Remember the 8 types or functions of transition words. 1. Comparison and contrast. 2. Chronology. 3. Cause and effect. 4. Illustration or example. 5. Addition. 6. Clarification. 7. Qualification. And 8. Summary or conclusion. You will sum up what you have learned in this lesson through a journal. Write your learnings in your notebook following the structure found on page 10 of your module. That's all for this session, dear students. This is your friendly English 8 radio teacher, Nina Janice Guillermo, saying keep safe always.
Thank you, Teacher Nina. Take note, our dear students, your teacher will also call you to assess your progress and to verify your answers. If you have any question about our lesson, you can text us at 0955-6255-432. Again, 0955-6255-432. You may also send it through the email address or messenger of your teacher, which can be found in your learning kit. On behalf of the production team, the script writers, teachers Susana B. Dumon and Leslie Ann S. Ramos, and the technical specialist, Teacher Michael John Tumulak. Yahoo! This is your host, Teacher Catherine S. Ordinario, saying thank you very much for your diligent and earnest desire to improve your English language proficiency. Please help save lives. Observe health protocols at all times. Good day!
Facts and information. Today's learning for new normal. With capable teachers whose heart and souls are defined. Deliver knowledge inside your home through radio. This is the WDR-FM 106.3 Dance Radio, a community FM radio station of Doña Aurora National High School located at Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela. This is the WDR-FM 106.3 Dance Radio, fully dedicated to serve the public in tribute to education. With the use of radio-based instructions, we are pleased to deliver the utmost aim of education through distance learning approach. With subjects like English, Science, Math, Filipino, Araling Palipunan, TLE, MAPE, and ESP. The WDR-FM 106.3 Dance Radio is now ready to serve you right inside your home. This is the WDR-FM 106.3 Dance Radio, your school on the air.
Dance Radio, siniparalan sa radyo, atid namin makabago, paraan ang pagtuturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta't magtulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. Dance Radio, learning is amazing.
Yan, okay.
All right, so you have just heard your third lesson for quarter 1. So before we move to the discussion, let me ask you this question. why do we have bridges? Okay? Bakit nga ba meron tayong mga bridges? So, just key in your answers in our comment box. So, while waiting for the answers of our learners, let me ask siguro Ma'am Jonah, on why do we have bridges?
Okay. Bridges are mostly useful for crossing rivers, valleys, or roads by vehicles. But people have also used bridges for a long time for walking or for jogging. And most importantly, bridges allow people or vehicles to cross from one place to another. So
That's right. Oo, ma'am. Tama. Ano ba yung ano natin dyan, yung bridge natin na nasa picture? Sir Dennis. Anong pangalan niyang bridge na yan?
Ang tawag dyan ay San Juanico Bridge.
Yes, that's right.
San
And
Juanico Bridge.
that is the San Juanico Bridge. And did you know that the San Juanico Bridge is known to be the longest bridge in the Philippines with the length of 2.162 kilometers and width of 10.620 meters. Okay. Ano ba to haba, Ma'am Jonah? Kung ang 1 kilometer is equivalent to 1,000 meters. If we will convert, kasi sabi natin kanina, the San Juanico Bridge is 2.162 kilometers.
Kilometers.
Ilang meters kaya ito?
1 kilometer is equivalent to 1,000 meters. So if you're going to convert 2.162 kilometers to meter, we will get what we will get. We should ask our students.
Yes, let's ask our students ilang meters siya. If we have 2.162 kilometers, and we will convert that to meters.
Ayan.
Ilan po kaya siya? Let's see. Let's wait for the answers of our learners. Okay?
Actually, may sagot siya
May sagot na pala kanina si TJ on why do we have bridges?
Kahit si
Are used
Ashley.
to cross rivers and roads. Correct. And even si Zarika, bridges are built for over railroad, tracks, roads, rivers, or some obstacles. They allow people or vehicles to cross from one side to another. That is correct.
Yes.
Okay, may
Si
sagot
Ashley,
na
meron
from
din na si
Ashley
Ashley.
Timoteo. 2,162 meters. Is that correct, Ma'am Jonah?
That is correct. Congratulations.
Yes.
So we have 2,162 meters. So if you want to visualize how long is or the length of San Juanico Bridge, it's like doblehin mo yung length ng Magat Bridge natin. Yung Magat Bridge is yung bridge natin na nagko-connect ng Cabanatuan to Aurora. So bali may 900 meters siya. So if we will double the size of the Magat Bridge at konti pa, may konting dagdag pa, ganun kahaba ang San Juanico Bridge. Parang dodoblehin mong kantahin yung Lupang Hinirang. If you've tried singing Lupang Hinirang when you're crossing a Magat Bridge.
Yes, that's right, Ma'am Jonah. So, bridges connect one place to another, just like transition signals. These words or phrases connect ideas of sentences and paragraphs for coherence. These are called linking words. So when we say coherence, it is a systematic or logical connection or consistency, meaning there is unity in your paragraph or in your sentences. May mga connections sila. That's why do not forget our hashtag for today, hashtag connect. Okay, do not forget that word because transition signals connect ideas or ideas of sentences in the paragraphs.
Okay, so dear learners, we are going to present two paragraphs and we want you to observe it as Teacher Kathy and Teacher Leslie ready to read it to you. Okay, let us observe this first paragraph. Ma'am Kathy?
Yes, okay, sir. Yesterday, I went walking. I don't walk in the mornings. The sun was shining and I felt like doing some exercise. I saw lots of different animals such as birds, butterflies, and dogs. I decided to walk further than usual to see how many more I could spot. I reached the pathway which would take me home. I was enjoying myself so much, I decided to carry on. The weather was still warm, although the clouds were beginning to gather. I was quite far from home when the rain poured down. It was only a gentle shower, but it soon started falling more heavily. By the time I got home, I was wet through and quite cold.
Thanks, Ma'am Kathy. Now, Teacher Leslie will read this one. Ma'am Leslie?
Oh, okay, so let me read the second paragraph. Yesterday, I went walking. Generally, I don't walk in the mornings. However, However, today the sun was shining and I felt like some exercise. During my walk, I saw lots of different animals, such as birds, butterflies, and dogs. As a result, I decided to walk further than usual to see how many more I could spot. Finally, I reached the pathway which would take me home. However, I was enjoying myself so much, I decided to carry on. Besides, the weather was still warm, although the clouds were beginning to gather. As a result, I was I was I was quite far from home when the rain came down. To begin with, it was only a gentle shower, but it soon started falling more heavily. Consequently, by the time I got home, I was wet through and quite cold.
Thank you, Teacher Leslie. Yan ha, students and learners. Now, what is the difference between these two paragraphs? Teacher Jonah will explain it to us. Ma'am Jonah?
Okay, so the first paragraph can be comprehended correctly. Though the sentences in it are complete, it just doesn't make sense. Like it's incomplete. The sense of the paragraph is incomplete because of the lack of transition words. While the second paragraph is clearer and can be comprehended correctly because of the use of transition words. And that's the importance of using transition signals in your writing. Transition signals give coherence and give more specific meaning and complete sense to your paragraph. If you've observed how those transition signals gives more meaning and correct comprehension if you're reading it. So that's the difference. So
Okay.
the word in bold are called transition signals or transitional words or phrases. They help to link the sentences and make the story sound better. We also use transitional words and phrases to link together two ideas in a sentence or to link paragraphs. The word although in italics is an example. There are many types of transitional words. Some of those used in the paragraph are transitional words of time, for example, finally and during, and some are transitional words of contrast, for example, however, and also transitional words of result, for example, consequently, and transitional words for addition, we have the word or transition signal besides. So again, I want to give focus on the importance of transition signals. Transition signals makes it easier for the reader to follow ideas and creates powerful link between sentences and paragraphs to improve the flow of information across the whole text. And there you go. Let's have
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so there are types of transition signals, but let us first talk about comparison and contrast. So in comparison and contrast, according to this slide, points out alternatives or differences. So when we compare, so in comparison, we compare similarities or differences of two things. While when we compare, we give alternatives or we are contrasting. So we use these different transition signals such as also, likewise, similarly, in the same way, and many more in comparison. For contrast, we have but, despite, however, even though, on the contrary. So let me give you an example for comparison. The first sentence is, green plants can manufacture their own food. On the contrary, so this is what they call this? This is contrast. Animals, on the contrary, animals, including man, get their food either directly from plants or indirectly by eating animals that have eaten plants. So we contrast the dito kasi sa first sentence is we use the transition signal on the contrary by giving alternatives or contradiction, that plants manufacture their own foods while animals like us, we are getting our food from them or dun sa mga animals na kumakain din ng plants. Okay, so the second sentence is, flowering plants bring smiles to people's faces, likewise with sweet and caring animal pets. So dito we have two comparing things. So we have the plants, flowering plants, and caring animals. So they have similarities that they both bring smiles to people's face. So I hope you understood comparison and contrast. Transition signals we use in comparison and contrast. For the next one is chronology. So we have here, when we say chronology helps define time, or it gives a series or sequence of an event or arrangement of an event. Or we also use this pag may process tayong ginagawa. Most especially when we are doing experiments. In your TLE lesson class, so when you are cooking something, so you have to do this process. Okay, so we have here example of transition signals are before, during, later, simultaneously, after, first, next, and soon. So for example, I have here, okay, before the RBI live discussion, most of the grade 8 students have already read their English modules. So there are two actions here. So bago daw yung, so we use here the transition signal before. So before the RBI discussion, you already read your English module. So there are two actions. May nauna, kaya siya before. Okay, second, during the live discussion, they are encouraged to participate by answering their teacher's question. Okay, during, while we are having parang ito. So we are asking you questions. So next is afterwards, if they have concerns, questions, they are encouraged to contact their subject teacher to ask for some clarification. So I use here the transition signal afterwards. So there is before the action, then during, while the habang, in Tagalog, afterwards, pagkatapos. Okay? I hope you get it, class, learners. So, back to you, Sir Dennis.
Okay, pakinggan naman natin ngayon ang pangatlo, no? I-discuss naman sa atin ni Ma'am Cathy. Ma'am Cathy?
Okay, so the third transition signal is what we call the cause and effect, which shows the consequences of an action. When we say cause, this is the thing that makes, this is the action that makes things happen. So for example, hindi ka gumising ng maaga. Meron ka palang klase. So what could be the result? Late siya. Okay? So under cause, we have transition signals such as accordingly, because, due to, and since. For effect, we have consequently, as a result, therefore, and so. Okay, let's look at this example. Because of the pandemic, millions of people worldwide have started working from home. Okay? Or due to the pandemic. We can use due to the pandemic or because of the pandemic. That is the cause. What is the result of the pandemic? Millions of people worldwide have started working from home. Okay, so you can use due to or because to show the cause. Yung pandemic yung cause, and then the result is that millions of people worldwide have started working from home. The other one is Tracy failed the exam. That is the result. Bakit kaya? Bakit kaya niya na-fail yung exam? Ano yung reason? Because she didn't study. Okay, so pwedeng baliktarin yan. Pwedeng mauna yung she didn't study, so Tracy failed the exam. It shows result. Kaya yung result is hindi siya pumasa sa exam. Bakit? Kasi hindi siya nag-aral. So that shows the cause and effect relationship. Okay? Here, next we have the illustration or example. Add emphasis or it also introduce evidence. Under illustration, we can use the transition words such as to demonstrate, specifically, and truly. Whereas in example, we can use the words, transition words such as for example, such as, and namely. When we are giving illustration or example, okay, let's look at this. Ellen loves ice cream. Truly, she'd be happy to eat Magnum every day. That is how much Ellen loves ice cream. So we use the word at the transition signal truly to illustrate how much Ellen loves ice cream. Support the statement Ellen loves ice cream na the point that she will eat Magnum every day. Okay? Next, our leader expected us to bring our own supplies. For example, our notebooks and pens. So, sabi doon, our leader expected us to bring our own supplies. Ano daw ba yung mga supplies na yon? So, nagbigay ng example. Given that we used, for example, as our transition signal. What are those supplies? Notebooks and pens. Okay? And the last one, citrus fruits. It's general, the general idea. Citrus fruits, such as oranges and grapefruits, are high in vitamin C. Okay, so from citrus fruits, nagbigay tayo ng specific types ng citrus fruits, such as oranges and grapefruits, which are high in vitamin C. At kailangan yan ngayon para labanan ang COVID. So I hope you're eating oranges or any source of vitamin C. So from the general idea kanina ng citrus fruits, nagbigay ng examples. So we use the transition signal such as. Okay? Thank you, Sir Dennis.
Okay. Yes, thank you, Ma'am Cathy. Ngayon, dadako naman tayo sa another type of transition signal. Ito yung po yung tinatawag nating addition. In addition, we use transition words to add information or reinforce ideas. O mga bata, makinig kayo mabuti ha. Ginagamit natin to araw-araw. Nandyan yung mga salita, no? Yung mga words na pwede natin gamitin whenever we use to add something, no? We have the furthermore, in addition, also, as well, moreover, equally important, and tsaka yung then. Yan yung mga words na gagamitin natin. Let's have some example. Dito sa examples na ito, ang nakalagay ay, in addition, sabi niya, our students are able to bond more with their parents, forming a stronger relationship. Dagdagan natin para mas lalo nating maintindihan. Yung addition, ha? Okay, pakinggan niyo mabuti mga anak. This pandemic provides chance to spend more time at home. In addition, our students are able to bond more with their parents, forming a stronger relation. Nagdadagdag tayo. Kaya ginagamit natin yung salitang in addition. Okay po? Yan. Meron pa. Gagamitin natin dito ha yung salitang also. She's a talented singer and also a fine actress. Yan. So dinagdagan natin siya. Hindi lamang siya talented singers, kundi isa rin siya na fine actress. Pag nilagay natin sa salitang also, meron kasi na sinasabi siya, hindi ba redundant sir yung and also? Hindi po. Okay lang po siyang gamitin yung salitang and also. Yan po ay ayon sa magagaling sa lengguwahe English, lalo na po sa grammar at sa linguistic. Siya po ay ang tawag doon, tanggap na po siya. Acceptable na po yan. And also, parang sinasabi natin, she is my wife and also my boss. Nakita nyo? She is my wife and also my boss. Yun ang idea niyan. Okay po? Okay. So dumako naman tayo sa isa pang type. Ito naman yung tinatawag nating clarification. Another type of transitional signals na ginagamit natin. This shows support. Yung ibig sabihin, ang mga ginagamit mo dito yung mga sumusuporta doon sa mga unahang mga pananalita na ginagamit natin. Ang mga ito ay that is, I mean, in other words, in this case, to put it another way, and under certain circumstances. Okay po, tandaan natin yan ha. Na ito po yung example natin. Though COVID-19 left us paralyzed, I mean, in some certain things, our experiences with this pandemic made us become more resilient and more practical in life. In other words, we learned to focus on what matters most in life and became more creative to survive. Okay, tatanungin natin, sir, ano yung function po ng salitang I mean? Yung salitang paralyzed. Di ba ang paralyzed, mga anak, yung hindi na gumagalaw ang buong katawan, kaya tinawag na paralyzed. Sabi rito, binigyan niya lamang ng tinatawag na sinusuportahan niya lang yung ibig niya sabihin sa salitang paralyzed. Sabi niya, in some certain things, hindi naman sa buo. Ang ibig niya sabihin, yung COVID-19, ginawa tayong paralyzed, ang ibig niya sabihin, hindi naman sa lahat ng bagay. Meron lamang iilan. Yan. Our experience with this pandemic made us become more resilient and more practical in life. Nagiging matatag tayo, di ba? Oo. At sa practical nating buhay. Kaya sabi niya, in other words, sa ibang salita, o, di ba? In other words, we learn yon. Parang babaguhin mo, susuportahan mo yung sinabi mo, pero in this time, baguhin mo yung salita sinabi mo. Di ba? Kaya gagamitin mo. In other words, we learn to focus on what matters most in life and became more creative to survive. So ginagamit natin yan mga anak, ha? Araw-araw natin ginagamit yung mga salita. Actually, pag meron kang kausap, di ba, na teacher, tapos di ka naintindihan, sabi mo, ano ka mo anak? Ma'am, ang ibig ko pong sabihin, Ayon, kinaklaro mo rin siya, kinaklarify mo siya. Gusto mo siyang iklaro, kaya gagamit ka ng mga ganong salita. Okay po? So sana po naintindihan po natin mabuti ang ating mga pinag-aralan sa pang-anim. May pang-pito pa tayo ha. At ito po si Ma'am Jonah. Ma'am Jonah?
Thank you, Sir Dennis. Sa napaka maliwanag na pagpapaliwanag sa clarification. And now let's move on to qualification on the 7 types of transition signals. Qualification presents conditions or intention. Okay, again, presents conditions or intentions. So we use, what are those signal words that would help us present conditions and intentions? We have almost, probably, with this in mind, frequently, possibly, and never. For example, Filipinos have never been conquered by internal and external enemies, even the deadliest COVID-19 pandemic. With this in mind, it is easy to think positively and be hopeful for the future. So, ano ba yung intention? Okay, balik tayo ha. Ang qualification ulit ay nagpe-present ng condition. And ano yung intention? So, ano ba yung condition natin? Okay, we are fighter. We were never been conquered by internal and external enemies. And then, what is our intention? With this in mind, then we can really think positively and be hopeful for the future. So we use never and with this in mind transition signals to present our condition and our intention. Another type is number 8. The summary and conclusion. So we use these transition signals when we summarize. As can be seen, given this point, to summarize, to sum up, and so. And for conclusion, we have in the long run, in conclusion, to conclude, therefore, finally. So, for example, given these points, for example, we've already discussed some points and we're going to summarize. So, we use the word or the transition phrase or transition signal given these points. Given these points, we can confidently say that students are thriving well and that we are proud of their learning accomplishments amid the pandemic. And then, when we conclude, we use the transition signal to conclude. To conclude, always remember, our dear students, that we as your teachers will never give up on bringing the best instructions for you to better learn during this time. Maybe you will ask, or you can get confused, what is the difference of summary and conclusion? Okay, when you summarize, there are key points that you are restating. Okay, from the given text, it has been like the focus key points. You are going to summarize those key points. And when we use or when we conclude, we are concluding and giving our point of view about what we've learned from a given text. So that's the difference of summarization and conclusion.
Wow, okay. It's really interesting to know the different types of transition signals, mga teacher, di ba? So, ihanda na ng mga bata ang kanilang mga cellphones para sila ay makapagbigay naman ng kasagutan. Because ngayon, dadako na tayo sa Let's Practice activity. At para sa bagay na yan, tawagin natin si Ma'am Leslie Ann. Ma'am Leslie?
Okay, sir. Nakikita ako, sir. Okay, so okay, wait. Okay, so here, naririnig ako, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Sige po, malinaw po.
Okay, so what you're going to do is to supply the correct. So let's see how well you understood the lesson. We have here a short paragraph Okay, what you're going to do is to supply the correct transition, signal, or words in the following in this paragraph. So don't forget to type or key in the item number. For example, number 1, like that. Then the correct transition word. For number 1, I'll give you an example. For number 1, 1. The answer is in fact. So I already give you the first answer, so you can just follow it. Comment in your answer. So let me read the paragraph. Mercury is a small planet. Blank. So you have here in fact or in contrast. You have to choose. It is only slightly larger than our moon. Our moon has a diameter of 3,475 kilometers, while Mercury has a diameter of 4,879 kilometers. Number 2, in fact, in contrast, our planet Earth is 12,756 kilometers across. Mercury is number 3 also, and yet the coolest planet in the to the sun at about 56 billion kilometers. And number 4, the choices are also because of this, temperatures on the planet can reach as high as 427 degrees Celsius during the day. Galileo was the first person to ever use a telescope to observe Mercury in the early 17th century. Number 5, and yet, because scientists have since studied the planet much less than other planets of our solar system. Number 6, last item, however, in contrast, a space probe visited Mercury in 1975 and another in 2008.
Okay, so ang gagawin ng mga bata ang sasagutin nyo lang mga anak, ang ikiin nyo lang natin ay number 2 or kung number 2 sasagutin nyo, lagay nyo number 2, then the answer. Okay po? Diba, Ma'am Leslie? Ganun
Yes,
lang gagawin nila Key in your answer. Number 2, tapos yung sagutin nyo. Okay po?
Okay, so Sir Dennis, may
Sige
mga
po.
sagot na sa ating chat box. From Azli Timoteo, number 2, in contrast. Yung kanina, in number 1, in fact, Mercury is a small planet. In fact, it is only slightly larger than our moon. Next, number 2, in fact or in contrast, maraming nagsagot ng in contrast. Okay, so number 2 is in contrast, our own planet Earth is 12,756 kilometers across. And number 3, Mercury is also and yet the closest planet to the sun at about 56 million kilometers. Mercury is number 3. What's the answer? Also, may nagsagot na Nora Rosete. Number 3 also, TJ Arimbuyutan. Also, that's correct. Number 3 is also. And number 4, also, because of this, temperatures on the planet can reach as high as 427 degrees Celsius during the day. What's the answer in number 4? Because of this, from Nora Rosete. Nasaan pa yung iba? Azlin Timoteo, number 4. Rika lang kita because of this. Yes, that's correct. Because of this, temperatures on the planet can reach as high as 427 degrees Celsius during the day. And number 5, Galileo was the first person to ever use a telescope to observe Mercury in the early 17th century. And yet, because, what's the answer? And yet, or because. Okay, Correct answer is, and yet, scientists have since studied the planet much less than the other planets of our solar system. And the last one, number 6, however, in contrast, a space probe visited Mercury in 1975 and another in 2008. Okay, maraming sagot. However, number 6, however. The correct answer is yes, however. A space probe visited Mercury in 1975 and another in 2008.
Okay, now, thank you ma'am. Meron pa tayong 5 minutes. So ano ba, magbibigay pa ba tayo ng isa pang evaluation? Okay. Siguro ma'am, magbigay tayo ng isa pang evaluation sa mga bata. And this time ma'am, ang makakasagot nito ay tatanggap ng 50 pesos worth of loads. Yan.
Okay, sige po. Ma'am Les?
Okay. So, let's try to answer this. Ito ba, ma'am, yung nasa slide?
Opo.
Okay, let's try to answer this mathematical equation or this simple problem. Okay. So, a while ago,
Bakit nakalabas na yung ano?
ano, sir? Okay.
Ano formula niya?
Okay, so we have here the formula. Sabi kanina, pwede bang pabalik doon sa ano, ma'am? Sa
Yung tanong, ano ba yung tanong para makita nila? Ano ba yung tanong?
Okay, so we have to convert.
If Mercury, okay, the question is, if Mercury reaches as high as 427 degrees Celsius, what will it be if it is converted to Fahrenheit?
Fahrenheit. Okay. Ulitin mo ma'am, ulit daw po. If
Mercury reaches as high as 427 degrees Celsius, what will it be if it is converted to Fahrenheit?
Okay, yun ang sagutin nila, no? If Mercury reaches as high as 427 Celsius, what will it be if it is converted into Fahrenheit? O mga bata, ha? Sagutin na natin. Pinakita na namin sa inyo, actually, pinakita na namin sa inyo yung formula kanina, ha? O, unahan na lang tayo.
So the formula is...
Sige po, ano ba yung formula? Pakita natin.
Ma'am Jo?
Yan.
Okay, so
Yan yung
we
formula.
have
Sige
to
po.
convert degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. So 427, yung given dun kanina kasi is 427 degrees Celsius. So times, ito yung formula niya, 9/5. Kapag nag-convert tayo ng Fahrenheit, 9/5. Pag degrees Celsius naman, ko-convert natin yung Fahrenheit sa degrees Celsius, baligtad, 5/9. Okay? So plus 32 is equal to degree Fahrenheit. So, ang gawin nyo para hindi kayo nahihirapan sa fraction, convert nyo yung fraction into decimal. Then, mangyayari 427 times 1.8 is equal to 768.6. So, wala pa yung kanyang, so kulang pa. So, we have to add 32. So, what is the final answer? Dapat may ano rin ma'am ha, yung answer dapat may may proper unit siya.
Sige ma'am, siguro maganda ipakita na natin siguro yung sagot sa mga bata.
Yes.
Opo.
The answer is
Yan.
200.6 degree Fahrenheit.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the correct answer sa Sir Dennis.
Yes. So, Ma'am Jonah. Oo. Okay, Ma'am Jonah. Thank you ha. Maraming salamat doon sa lahat po ng mga sumagot ha. At siyempre, hindi mawawala dito yung mga magsasalita. Ma'am Jonah, sige po.
So my dear grade 8 learners, we hope that you had a fun-filled learning experience from today's discussion. To summarize our discussion for today, Transition signals are words and phrases that unite or connect ideas, sentences, and paragraphs. They help you to establish coherence in your paragraphs as writers and better comprehension as readers. For our next live streaming, we shall be talking about expressing emotional responses. In this topic, we shall help you learn different ways to communicate your emotions and reactions to certain issues.
So on behalf of my fellow grade 8 teachers, Ma'am Jonna, Ma'am Leslie, and Sir Dennis, and our technical specialist, Sir Joshua, I would like to leave you a quote from Tom Ford. The most important things in life are the connections you make with others. Till next week for another exciting lesson. Goodbye and stay safe always.
Facts and information. Today's learning for new normal with capable teachers whose heart and soul are divine. Delivered knowledge inside your home through 106.3 Dance Radio. Fully dedicated to serve the public in tribute to education, reproduce of radio-based instruction. We are pleased to deliver the utmost aim of education. Only here on 106.3 DWDR-FM. Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan. Ang estasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit saan man.
For something big.
Alright, here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWDR-FM.
Nais mong matuto, buksan mo ang iyong radyo. Lahat kami ay narito, tapat sa aming serbisyo. Walang problemang di malagpasan. Magliliwanag ang ating kinabukasan. Dance Radio, silid-aralan sa radyo. Hatid namin makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo. Kahit saan at kahit kailan, hindi ka iiwanan. Hatid namin bagong kaalaman. Edukasyo'y susulong, basta't magtulong-tulong. Sulong edukalidad, Dance Radio.